5 ways to boost mental health and well-being. Hey, it's Zane here with you for Rock Solid Wellness, where my mission is to help you to think well, eat well, move well, and live well. Here I want to share with you 5 ways to boost your mental health and well-being. You know, mental health is a very real societal problem that is on the rise and that affects many people, particularly in these changing times where there is a lot of uncertainty and anxiety about the future. In fact, the latest data in Australia reports that 1 in 5 Australians are suffering from depression or a mental health condition. But what they don't tell you is that it requires a lot more than antidepressants or visits to the doctor to fix the problem. Here's the thing. We all go through our struggles from time to time. But the trick is to not allow those forks in the road or those potholes or those struggles to bring us down in a way that we feel about ourselves and about our life in general. The secret to getting on top of mental health is to not allow it to spiral out of control, to catch it before it gets out of hand. Fundamentally, it really is a basic human need for us to feel good about ourselves, to feel like we're enough, to feel worthy, to have a sense of purpose, and to feel loved and to have a sense of connection with others. And when we don't feel those things, it can impact us mentally and emotionally. And if we tend to dwell on that for any length of time, that's when mental health and wellness becomes a real issue, and it can become debilitating for people who don't know how to sort of pull themselves out of it before it gets out of control. You know, we are always at our best when we are serving others, or when we feel like we have a sense of contribution or purpose. It could be in our job, it could be in our family life, and it could be just in how we interact with our community and our friends. But the reality is that we can't fill from an empty cup. And so if we're feeling mentally down in the dumps, it's really difficult for us to be the best version of ourselves. So we need some little insights that we can lean on from time to time when we're feeling down that can help us to move forward before mental health becomes an issue. So I want to share with you 5 short tips here. Firstly, number 1 is to realize that your self-care starts with you. Self-care is an inside job. It's not just about what you do physically in terms of diet and exercise, but it's also about the atmosphere that you create around your emotions and around your mind so that you can feel good within your own physical body. So it's so important to look for or to identify the triggers that cause you to feel down in the first place. And the more that you become acutely dialed into those triggers and the things that cause you to feel emotionally down, the more you can start to reframe those triggers or to move yourself out of the environment that can kind of perpetuate and to get out of hand. That's number 1. Number 2 is to change your focus or your perspective. Now, a lot of problems with people who suffer from depression comes down to the reality that they tend to focus all of their energy on their problems, what they're missing, on their trauma. And it occupies their day and it becomes a part of their identity. And then they go to a clinical psychologist or a psychiatrist, and typically they find that, you know, even more focus is placed on the problem, or the problem becomes even more amplified. Where focus goes, energy flows. So it starts with removing that focus into a more positive direction. Number 3 is to change your physiology, your physical state. And really, motion or physical movement is what activates or stimulates positive emotion. Motion creates emotion. your mental state is directly impacted by how you feel in your nervous system. And that is directly fueled or impacted by the way you move your body, your physiology. So sometimes when we're down in the dumps, it can be very easy for us to lose our posture, for us to drop our shoulders, for us to kind of slouch, crawl up in a ball, and to just lay around. And in that state, it's really difficult for us to snap out of whatever emotional trauma we're feeling. And so just to realize that we have the power to get up, to get outside, to go for a walk, to get into nature, to shift our body in a physically radical way that can really make us to stimulate those feel-good chemicals in our mind and in our body that will help us to move forward. So number 3 is to change your physical state. Number 4 is to change your language. Now, language is such a powerful thing, and it's not just the words that we use when we're communicating with others that count, but it's also the words that we use inside our own mind. And, self-love can really be defined as the things that we say to ourselves about ourselves when no one else is around. So changing your language, the self-talk, is such a powerful tool when it comes to moving ourselves out of a negative mental state into a more positive mental state. And it can sound very simplistic to say that positive self-talk is what matters, but it goes deeper than that. It's really learning to love yourself, learning to be your own greatest fan, coming up with little positive incantations like I've got this, I can get through this, I am strong, I am loved, I'm worthy. Those kinds of things, and just spending more time in that mental state can be very, very healing if we're going through some form of trauma or emotional turmoil. So number 4 is to change your language. The 5th and final point is to go to a happy place. Now, you've heard me talk before about the atmosphere around our mind, but I'm talking about here your physical environment. So, we all have people who we can connect with, who can help to lift us up. And if we don't, then, go to nature. Nature is extremely healing. The sunshine, the forest, earthing, getting your feet onto the sand and really getting those, positive, electrons into the body that help to get rid of free radicals and to really help to make us heal and feel alive emotionally. But the point is that if you're feeling down, don't let it get out of control and move to your happy place. So really the main takeaway here is that the secret to your ongoing mental wellness really does start with you. Move your physical body, shift your language, and change your environment. These are all things that can have a profound impact on your mental and emotional well-being. I'm Zane Truscott. This is Rock Solid Wellness. I want you to always remember that your mind and body are connected and they are one. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, it's Zane here, and thanks for listening. If you received value from today's episode and you'd like to see how I can help you at an even deeper level, I invite you to check out my Rock Solid Wellness online course and coaching programs. It's all about helping you to break through any limitations you may have and building strong, robust mind and body habits that put you in control. My at-home video course is a pre-recorded module training where we focus on boosting your mindset, nutrition, movement, and lifestyle. And if you'd like to work with me even more closely, I also offer group and private coaching to help you integrate the rock solid steps into your own life. To learn more about my online course or coaching programs, go to zanetruscott.com. Again, thank you for listening, and I look forward to serving you on your journey to rock solid wellness. Hey, thanks for listening to Rock Solid Wellness. If you got value from this episode, feel free to leave me a comment or review on your favorite podcast platform. I also appreciate any constructive feedback or topic suggestions so that I can keep improving and serve you best. Keep in mind that the content of this episode is for informational and inspirational purposes only and is not intended to replace any advice given to you by your doctor or healthcare professional. I do recommend that you consult your personal physician before acting on any of the information contained in this episode to determine its suitability for you. This is Zane Truscott signing out. Again, thanks for listening, and until next time, stay strong and live well.